Welcome to Sew Very Easy. My name is Laura, and playing cards are definitely built a lot better than the boxes that they come in. So today, let's make a container to hold a double deck of cards. So the card holder is going to hold a double deck of regular playing cards. And in this case, I just have a regular deck of Uno cards. I'll put in the description a PDF that you're going to be able to print out. And this little shape is going to give us our card holder. So we have a fold line. So we're going to have to take our fabric and place it on a fold and cut it out. We're going to need this shape cut out of 2 pieces of fabric and 1 piece of batting. Place the fabrics right side together, and on any side, place your quilt batting. We're going to be able to sew all the way around, but we do need to leave an opening so we can turn this all right side out. So I've stitched all the way around and I've left a little bit of an opening. We need to clean off these edges a little bit before we turn it right side out. So we need to snip right inside these corners. So we're having that tiny little slit in the 4 corners. On the outside corners, we're going to snip off the extra fabric. So just cut off that little triangle. Once the snipping is done, I do like to remove a little bit of that quilt batting in that seam allowance. Now this is an optional thing to do, but I like that less bulk in the seams. So I'm just going to peel back and just trim off some extra batting. Once that little batting has been trimmed off, we can turn this right side out. Once it's turned right side out, all of those corners are poked, press it and do a tiny little row of stitching all the way around the outside. And that is going to close off that opening. With that pressed and top stitched, it now has the look of a dog bone. The pattern does have 2 little stars. This space and this space is the same. So we can mark the star on the pattern or just use the measurement of our own pattern. We're going to take that, fold it in half, and where that edge comes, we need to put a mark. So I'm just going to put a pin. And I need to do that to all of these corners. This is definitely not a very technical way of finding a corner, but it works. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to sew this edge along here, and we're going to leave this as a space. So if we think about it, it's going to come this way and it comes up. So it's going to make this box shape. So this corner is going to match, and then that edge is going to match. And you see how we have made this box shape? So we're going to be able to just take that and match up those edges, and we're going to have to do some hand stitching. So just a little whip stitch is all we're going to need to do. So I'm going to stitch right along that edge. But if you'd like, you can stitch that little corner, then turn it and stitch it. However your hand stitching is comfortable for you, be sure to do it. But if you don't want to stitch that corner, it's fine. It's just going to have a little opening. I'll do one side closed and one side open so you can see the difference. So here's the end that I did not stitch and the end that I did stitch. So I started and I matched up and stitched all the way along. I do like to stitch on the inside. Now I can turn it right side out. With those cards in, we're looking at that little hole in the bottom or no hole in the bottom. Either way, your case is now done. So the cards hold together like a little wallet. And when we open it up, our cards are inside. This is a nice big case, so you can get 2 decks on one side and some little things that you need to play the game with on the other side. So regardless if you have it not closed or closed, it looks nice. So this is definitely a nice way to store those cards when the box is no longer usable. And if you'd like, you could sew a snap in between to hold it together. But because I never put the same amount of cards in each pocket, I find I don't need it. What I do need to find, though, is fabric that has playing cards on it. But until then, I have a great way of storing my cards. Thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and I do have a newsletter all under Sew Very Easy. Thanks for joining me today. Bye for now.